If somebody wants to improve their health, I would just tell them to start by detoxing. The reason why I say people should start there is because we have such a poor understanding of how toxic we really can be and
Mm.
actually are internally.
So I want to touch on this detoxification before we pivot into something else. To me, it's not a scary word, but
Mhm.
to some, it could be a very scary or uncertain like territory for people to dive into. So, what exactly is detoxing doing? What is it for? And why is that the place to start if you want to improve your health?
Well, I always tell people like your body detoxes naturally every day. When you go use the bathroom, you urinating is detoxing. Like those are your
Mm,
kidneys filtering, toxins out of your body, and making sure that the amount of like fluid in your body is balanced. Your kidneys are always cleansing, your liver is always detoxing. When you use the bathroom, your intestines is detoxing. So you naturally detox every day. Your body is something that you naturally do. You have major organs in your body like your kidneys, your liver, you have your skin, you have your spleen, your lymphatic system. All these systems have the capacity just this in the same way that they detox you, you have to detox them as well because they can become overloaded and clogged. And so if you really want to start improving your health, start by removing and releasing what's not serving you. So I would say the best thing to start doing is like cleansing your colon, for example. Like the bundle I'm getting ready to drop, it includes my unpacked capsules, which are herbal capsules that cleanse the intestinal tract and really help to repair like damaged gut lining because we have ingredients like slippery elm in there and plantain leaves. And I also have a tea that detoxes the lymphatic system for you. It's also very calming because it has rosemary in it. And then also I have an iron tincture, which people in Black and brown communities have we have a lot of anemia going on. Like we're pretty iron deficient in the Black and brown community. So taking care of like your essential micronutrient needs with something like a plant-based iron is really good, and you'll start to notice a difference in your energy. You'll be less fatigued, and you'll experience less iron deficiency symptoms like the coldness, cold hands and feet, like feeling lethargic and dizzy when you stand up, and maybe even being more prone to headaches and things of that nature. I'm just really intentional about where I source my herbs from. My tincture
okay.
I make myself, in my tea blends I also make myself. I would honestly say like if the owner of the brand that you're thinking about purchasing from, you're not getting a good vibe from them and you don't necessarily like the way they do things, I wouldn't buy their products. I wouldn't, because it's
Mm,
all energy work. Like imagine if I'm over here, like while I'm making my tincture, I'm just like spewing out hate. Like,
yeah, yeah.
and like water takes form of like frequency and energy. So
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like you should definitely be cautious about, who you're purchasing and sourcing your stuff from. So start detoxing and start putting more plant-based, more easily absorbable nutrients in your body so that you can give your body what it needs. When you take poor care of yourself, those detox functions, they can start declining after a while. And so your body's not detoxing as optimally as it really could. The reason why I say people should start there is because we have such a poor understanding of how toxic we really can be and
Mm,
actually are internally. Like, of course, we know that there's toxicity in the way we might communicate or show up in relationships with our family and stuff like that. We understand being emotionally toxic, but there is a such thing as being internally toxic, physically toxic. You have parasites that are feeding off of old fecal matter that is sitting in your intestines. You have overgrown yeast in the body, which, like I said earlier, is why women experience maybe yeast infections and things of that
mm-hmm.
nature. There's so many wastes, like even free radicals, which are something that develop. Those are like compounds that develop in the body when you're consuming too much fried foods, and they can lead to developing cancer. So you got all these random things floating around in your inner universe, and detoxing is basically like getting a big broom that you can, or not a big broom, but getting a like a micro broom rather, and like going and sweeping up your body. Like that's all it is.
And with the detoxing, is there a safer way or a particular way you should do it? Is it like cleanse then strengthen, or should you be like strengthening these organs and cells at the same time as detoxing?
Yeah, there is. Everybody has a different philosophy on this. In my opinion, though, and what I've experienced, I definitely would say that while you're detoxing, it is very important to also focus on hydrating. And hydrating means nothing more than giving your body nutrients, the nutrients that it needs. Consuming
Mhm.
calcium is hydrating. Consuming potassium or getting potassium and calcium and iron and selenium through the foods that you're eating and what you're consuming is hydrating. That is the act of hydrating, just satisfying your body's like needs. So in my opinion, it's a great idea to make sure that you're hydrating with fresh fruits, fresh juices, eating more leafy greens, and drinking water while you're detoxing so that you can help facilitate the herbs as they're doing their job, and also giving your cells what they need to repair. There's also something that you can do called fasting, which a lot of people are familiar with. There's different types of fasts. You can do a mono fruit fast. So that means that you're only eating apples or you're only eating pears. And you can do that for maybe 2 days or 72 hours. You could do a juice fast where you're juicing for a week straight. A lot of people do watermelon juice fast, which is like the best fast that I would ever recommend for somebody that wants to do a fast, because watermelon juice is so nutrient rich and so satiating for the body that you won't find yourself needing a meal. Like the watermelon juice is just so satisfying. But you can also do like a raw food fast. So there's different ways to fast, or you can dry fast or just do a water fast. And when you're just doing like a water fast and you're not consuming any food at all, you're basically allowing your cells to clean up old cells. It's called autophagy, is when like basically like cells eat themselves, like in kind of like
Dang.
your body's just cleaning itself up at that point. So there's so
Right.
many different ways to approach it. I really would say that it just depends on the person, their schedule, and what they have the capacity for. I wouldn't recommend somebody who's never fasted before to like do a random water fast if they haven't worked their way up to that. So it's definitely it's not a one size fits all thing, but there's benefits in any one of those things that I just named.
No, that's good to know. I've been in the habit of fasting over the past year, just like once for sure a week, but even like last week, feeling a certain way based on like being busy and stressed out. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, my mind is repelling food. Maybe I need to repel it in general to give myself
Yeah,
a reset. And
right.
doing that is something that I never realized could be so strong because your body and mind are linked in a way that's like they're gonna tell you what it needs, but also be used to a certain pattern. So, what is it about fasting or detoxing that you would give it a piece of advice on when it comes to like mentally getting through that or actually going through with it?
I would honestly say, like, a piece of advice that I could give to somebody who's considering fasting or detoxing is to go at your own pace and pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your body and start small. You don't have to overdo it. Start with something like the capsules that I have, which are they're super easy to take. You take 3 before you go to sleep. If you want to take less, you could take maybe 1 or maybe 2, and that will assist in helping your bowels move. So start small and listen to your body. Don't overdo it. Don't try to do what she's doing or what he's doing because it worked for her. It's not to invalidate their experience, but that's just not your body. So listen to it, listen to your body, and hydrate. Just continue to hydrate. Like drink your water, drink your fruit juices, have salads, have smoothies, have fruit. Like give your body what it needs without having to do too much. Like eating fruit it's very simple. Your body is not like, you don't eat a pear and your body's like, oh my God, what is this? Like your body recognizes a pear.
For
Like,
sure. Hey, it's UraelB, and I want to say thank you again for tuning in to this conversation. Your attention is extremely valuable. So if you took any value from this video, please consider liking, sharing this with someone, and subscribing to this channel. It goes a long way. And stay tuned for more. Check out one of these videos right here.